Hello students, today we'll do the second part of the chapter Deep Water by William Douglas. In the previous part we have already studied that William Douglas developed an aversion from water while he was there with his father on a beach. Later on he thought that he should try to learn to swim, so he went to a pool. While he was there all alone at the pool, a big bully of a boy came there and he tossed William Douglas up into that pool. Now, while he was going down, he was drowning actually in that pool, though it was not that deep. While he was going down, he thought that he would spring up after touching the bottom. But when he went down, he could not do anything. He was unconscious. He lost his mind. Now what happened? His lungs were full with air and he could see nothing but water. Then he grew panicky, his legs and hands got paralyzed. This is what we have studied. Now the next point, that is struck under water. So when he was there, when he grew panicky, actually a great force pulled him underwater. He was getting dizzy, means unconscious. He went down endlessly. The stark terror of that water seized him. His arms would not move. Then he tried to call for help. Okay, but nothing happened. He sunk for air but got only water. Then all efforts ceased. He was trying a lot, but all the efforts ceased, stopped. He felt like sleeping, means he was about to die. He crossed to oblivion, means unconscious. When he woke up, he found himself lying on his stomach beside the pool. He was vomiting, and the chap, the boy who threw him in that pool, said that he was only fooling, but the narrator had nearly died. Okay, this is what had happened. The next point, fear constantly haunted him. Actually, what fear? The fear of water has haunted him. For days, he was constantly haunted by that fear. Okay, fear of drowning. He never went back to that pool and he feared water whenever he was alone and he avoided it. Okay, so whenever he went near water, the terror, the old terror would seize him that he would die drowning there in the water. His legs got paralyzed and the fear stayed with him at least for many years. As the years rolled by, the same fear was there. The next point is, got an instructor and learned swimming. Or you can even say employed an instructor to train him. So the narrator, what he did, he actually employed an instructor. He went to a pool. He practiced for 5 days a week. The instructor, what he did, he put a belt around his body and a rope attached to the belt. It passed through a pulley. On each trip across the pool, a bit of that panic, the old terror seized him. Okay, the same terror of drowning into the water and dying. It went on for about 3 months before the tension began to disappear. The tension means the terror of drowning began to disappear. There, underwater, okay, he started to learn. Then he started even inhaling and exhaling, and then he learned how to raise his nose out of that water and inhale. Okay, he repeated the exercise 100 of times. So this is how he started learning after employing an instructor. The next point is Douglas conquered his fear. Now when he was learning from that instructor, okay, to swim in that pool, so next the instructor taught him how to kick with his legs. For weeks, many weeks, he did just that, okay, kicking the legs. At first his legs refused to work, but finally he could command them. At last, the instructor made him a real swimmer, but he still feared to be alone in the pool. This went on until July. So he went to Lake Wentworth and died of a dock at Triggs Island. He swam 2 miles across the lake to Stampeck Island. The fear fled. Only once did it return while he was in the middle. So he swam on continuously. Finally he had conquered his fear of water. The last point, the concluding one. The experience left a deep meaning, or this experience left a deep meaning. Actually, the experience of swimming, okay, and means about the realization of dying. It was a unique experience for him. It left a very deep imprint on his mind. Then he could never forget it for years. It had a deep meaning for him. He had experienced both the feeling, or you can say the sensation of dying, and the terror that fear can produce. The fear of death can produce. So this is what is there in the chapter.